Hello everyone, my name is Julio Casillas. This is Team 6 with Jeff Jones and myself. Today we're going to be presenting Chapter 6, Understanding the Work in our Value Stream. Um, First, I want to start understanding work in the value stream and make it visible and expanding. Well, once our value stream has been identified to apply the above principles, the next step is to gain understanding of how the value is delivered to our customer. For example, what work is performed, by whom, and what actions can be taken to improve the flow. One of the main things is we need to identify all the members of the value stream. And for example, we have the product owner, the development, the people who is responsible for the functionality, the QA, operations, InfoSec, release managers, and value stream managers. All these people is going to be in charge to adding this or supporting the value stream. Uh, and one of the important things we need to do is create a value stream map to see how the work is going. We need to understand how the work is performed, and this is best done by making the work visible, as we saw in the last chapters, and we're gonna keep seeing a little bit more of this. The value stream map basically it should be focusing in two things: places where we work, where work must wait, for example, production environments and changing processes, and places where rework is generated or received. Also, the value stream should only consist on high-level blocks. Once the improvement metrics has been identified, a future idealized value stream map should be constructed. Uh, Another thing that we need to do is create a dedicated transformation team. For improvement to the value stream, a team solely dedicated to transformation is required. Team's members need to be generalists with diverse skill sets, uh, especially when the customer requirements are specific, and yeah, we need to have diverse people who can realize different tasks. Team members need to have continuing and mutually respectful relationship with the organization at large, and a physical separate spaces are required for the dedicated team. We need to be agree on a shared goal. We need to work towards the main goal. And one of the most important parts of any improvement initiative is to define a measurable goal with a clearly defined deadline. The goal should be agreed upon the executives and needs to communicate to everyone in the organization. As we mentioned, everything has to be visible for everyone. For each iteration, the teams should agree on a small set of goals that generate value and make some progress towards the main goal. Um, we need, if we work into our goal, we need to make little goals that help us to arrive to this one. It is the reason because we need to keep our improvements planning horizons short. We need to have flexibility and the ability to reprioritize and replan quickly, decrease the delay between work expanded and improvement realized. Faster learning generate from the first iteration, reduction in activation energy to get improvements, quicker realization of improvements that make meaningful differences in our daily work, less risk that our project is killed before we can generate and demonstrate outcomes. Also, something we need to keep very in our minds is to reserve 20% of our cycles for non-functional requirements and reducing technical debt. We ensure to manage the technical debt, investing at least 20% of all development and operation cycles or refactoring, investing in automation work with architecture and non-functional requirements. Dedicating 20% of our cycles can create less countermeasure to the problems we encounter in our daily work. And as the picture says, we need to reduce the risk of technical debt because this one can become a very big issue. Increase the visibility of work, as we mentioned before, is needed organizations that everyone knows the current state of work. It's needed that this information is updated with constantly revisions and constantly feedback to focus in our main goal and don't lose focus on it. We need to use some tools to keep the desired behavior, especially the ones to help us to communicate. One of the most efficient tools that we have in common to have a common work system using a shared vocabulary. This helps to prioritize globally and everybody to be in the same page. Also, having a shared goal tool is unifying backlog, helping to prioritize the high value to the organization, reducing the debt, the ones we just been talking in the last slide. Another technologies that reinforce shared goals are the chat rooms. As I mentioned before, we need to keep communicate. In conclusion, this chapter helped to transform teams rapidly iterate and experiment to improve performance and fix problems and architectural issues, including our non-functional requirements and adding value. This is a reference if anyone's are interested on checking these ones. And I hope you enjoy our presentation. Thank you everyone. Have a good day.